Hello there. Another stream. I guess we'll collect what we can. While we're down here. Should probably eat something too. So I was just checking out so this is our experience farm, but it takes forever to gather any experience from this place. We are getting a ton of supplies though, which don't really benefit us. So I'm not going to waste too much time down here. That's I wish they're not going to waste too much time there. So we have here nothing. It's been a while since we've been to this mine. Just should explore it just a little bit. And see if we can find anything worthwhile. Yo, bravery. Good morning. We're just doing a little bit of exploring. Okay, let's oh, come on, just a little bit further. Alright, let's dig this out. And perfect. That's exactly what I was trying to do. I'm going to have to go a little bit higher than that. Okay, just make it into there now. I can't seem to get up. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see how high this water goes. All right. And it goes even higher. Fantastic. And even higher than that. Alright, we could actually probably cut this. Wait. are. We are at the top of the water. So this water just keeps going and going and going and going. That's interesting that we're dealing with water right now when that is the reflection for the day, is to be like water. And I did not plan that. And here we are, trying to figure out just how far the water goes. And I think we found a limit here. So if we place a all right, this is I don't want to go too much further because I don't want to make this all about. It's funny, I don't really have a plan for what I'm going to do, but I do know that I don't want to do this. Okay, we're going to have to fix this problem at least. Why can't I seem to... There we go. Okay, now one problem solved. Let's fix this one. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to open this up because we need some XP for our pick. So I was trying to find, like, I can hear all these creepy crawlies, but don't seem to find any. So I made a tunnel that leads us, I don't even remember where it leads us, but I don't like that. Let's go ahead and mine this out. Appears we stopped here. I remember one of the cool things to say as a kid when pretending to be a surfer dude was, "Go with the flow, bro." But as a kid, you don't really understand what you're saying. I see bubbles. What does that mean? Alright, so that's not going to get us someplace. I don't even know what we're doing down here. I do know there's a lot of other things we can explore. We're kind of just running around today. Don't have any plans. Wasn't. We went to the Nether. The Nether was all right. Didn't really find anything. That was not smart. So, just like water, we're gonna kind of just flow with it and just see where we end up. We have over here. I haven't really explored this place all that much lately. We have our minecart over here somewhere. Take us back home when we need to. We have some wood over here. What is it? Oh yeah, we have all that we didn't explore. So that's probably what takes us up to that next level. And then we have this down here. What is all of this? Okay, that's not. Here we go. Let's go over here and see what this place looks like. So going with the flow, being like water, adapting to change. Interesting idea, but a hard, I don't want to say a hard task to accomplish. Let's call it a habit, a hard habit to get into, to just go with the flow. And some people think going with the flow means being a pushover, and I don't think it doesn't mean being a pushover, just letting things happen as they happen. That's kind of the idea. Because when you think about it, how much control do we have over anything in our lives? I think discipline is good in that you can keep a routine, but how much control do you have of being able to accomplish that routine when time is out of your hands? When something comes up that you weren't expecting. So, for example, my daughter got a flat tire on her way home from work yesterday. And not only did she get a flat tire, but she managed to bend the rim of the wheel. And if anybody has gone through something like that, you know that when a rim gets bent, it's pretty much useless. Unless you can find somebody who... I guess there's a way to unbend it to fix the rim. I don't know. Let's go back up. But sometimes you can't fix the rim, and a bent rim is it's a wash. It's done. It's over. Because this happened to us before. My wife hit a pothole and, well, bent the rim. So we had to get a new rim, and it wasn't cheap. Not only did we have to get a new rim, but we also had to get a new tire. Oh, well, hello. Okay, so let's Why are those two things there? So it's unexpected. It's an unexpected expense in a time when we can't afford unexpected expenses. So what are we gonna do? What can we do? What are our options? That's the first thing we gotta figure out. And then we build from there. So that is, I guess, essentially going with the flow and figuring things out. This place is huge. So it's not so much just, well, I guess it happened and that's what happens. No, it's more of so we had no control over the circumstance, over what has happened. Yikes. And while it was frustrating and extremely annoying, what can we really do about it other than just experience it? You know, it's just, well, just experience it. It happened. Can't change it. We can't magically fix the tire, so we just have to do what we can. And it's interesting too because the things that we do have a choice over, what we can decide, what you can choose, what I'm choosing is, okay, am I going to be angry at something I can't control? Am I going to let it ruin my day or my life? Am I going to let it set my mood? Or will I choose to be happy? Oh snap. Oh man. Whoa. Oh man. That was very stupid of me to run right into the creeper. I turned around and jumped right into it. Whoa, okay. What's up here? Because I don't like being angry. I don't like being mad. I don't like being annoyed. I don't like those feelings. Jeez, that guy came fast. Oh, snap. Get me out of here. That was scary. Alright, it's just creating some barriers to prevent anything from coming through. So we can't have control over everything in life, and there's very few things that we can control, and the things that we can control are how we handle certain situations, how we behave. Got you. Alright. And the sad thing is I am a control freak. And that was a gift handed down from my mother. It's also part of my quest for perfectionism. Something that also is an unattainable goal. And we are out of candles. But why is there such bright light over? So we've been here before. Interesting. Let's see where this road leads. It leads outside. How about that? Let's find out where we are. Very, very fascinating. So to be like water is to kind of not just to be a pushover or to just kind of ignore the situation you're in and exist in it, but it's also to kind of just, because while water can fit the container that it's in, I think the one thing that people overlook is that water continues to be water. It's that is like its true self is water and will always be water. So no matter if it's in a cup, if it's in a bowl, if it's in a box, if it's in a bag, the container, while it's shaping, it's giving shape to water, water continues to be water. It continues to know what it is, and regardless of the confines that it finds itself in, it will always be its true self, which is water. So it's interesting when you look at it that way, that you think, okay, well, let's look at what is your true self. Who are you at your core? And are you happy with that? Or even deeper than your core, who are you? Who are you? I used to think I was angry. I used to think I was, well, that's just who I am. I'm just a jerk. I'm just an angry person, and you're just gonna have to accept me that way. And it's like, not. That's who I am when I allow the situation, when I allow myself to become molded by the situation I'm in. But as my wife pointed out, and it took me a long time to believe it and see it, that I can be a great person. I can be a nice person, a loving, caring, gentle, kind person. And I used to believe that I wasn't. I used to believe that I was this unforgivable, bitter, angry soul. But she showed me that I was more than that, if I wasn't more than that, that I could be more than that. I just had to believe I was more than that. And then when I started believing that I was more than that, I was able to become more than just an angry, bitter person. So you find out who you really are. And then you start believing that negative feelings aren't who you truly are. Or you can understand better that the negative feelings aren't who you truly are. Even though all my life that's who I believed I was. That's who I thought I was. Oh, snap, raiders. Run. Gremlins. I gotta get home. And even during the period last week when I was feeling depressed, when I was extremely depressed, and it was easy to give in to the negative feelings and easy to be like, well, life sucks and I hate it and it's not going to get better. I was still able to kind of feel that core, have that belief that what is water. Be like water. You're in the situation of depression. You're in a dark place. But just because you're in that dark place doesn't mean you are that dark place. It just means you're in a dark place right now. It just means that's where you are now. But it's not where you will always be. So that's what I think it also means to be like water. To be in situations that you don't want to be in, but don't become the situation. Don't believe that that's who you are. Don't believe, oh man. Good grief. Just because I feel depressed doesn't mean I am a depressed person. It just means right now I feel that way. Just because I am angry, because I feel angry right now, doesn't mean that I am an angry person. And the same can be said even when things are going good and I feel great. I have to accept that. Does it mean I'm a great person? Does it mean I am a happy person? Right now, I am a happy person. And this is where the power of choice comes in. can I choose to be a happy person in this moment? Even though I am down, I am overwhelmed, I am anxious, I can still choose to be that happy person. I can still choose to be grateful. In spite of the struggle. And there will be struggle. And it will be great. It will be great and terrible. But you can be greater than the struggle. Sometimes you have to be greater than the struggle. You have to be stronger than the struggle. You have to be greater. You have to be better. But sometimes it's so hard to be anything else. Sometimes I just want to sleep, if we're being for real. And sometimes that's what you got to do. I didn't want to wake up today. Let's put it that way. I didn't want to get up because now I got to drive my daughter to work and I got to pick her up. But I guess yesterday was too stressful for her because now she's sick. So she's taking the day off. And she was in bed when I tried to wake her up this morning. And so she's like, I don't feel good. And then I asked my wife, I was like, yeah, is something wrong with our oldest child? And she was like, well, last night she came up and she needed a cold compress and she wanted to know what medicines we have because she didn't feel well. So I was like, okay, maybe she really is sick. I think she may have given herself heat stroke. She was waiting for her friend to come and help her to change the tire. So we had the spare in the trunk. She called me and we had the spare in the trunk, and I told her, okay, well, Mom has the car right now, so I won't be able to get there till later. And she's like, well, maybe I can call a friend and they can help me. And so I was like, all right, I'll do that. So she called her friend. Her friend was able to help her get the tire changed. And things seem to work out pretty good from that end. So thank goodness she has friends. I have friends too, but most of them are online. Hello. Finn and Rory's Fun. Welcome to the stream. Just trying to free up some space in our chests. I don't know why I have all these caps. Guess it doesn't matter. Nonetheless. So I was going to have to drive her to work, and now I don't have to drive her to work because she's sick, and she's in bed, and making sure she's drinking plenty of water. Actually, she's just been asleep all morning. I made her morning coffee, but she did not come out of the room, so put it in the fridge. So that's something I can't control. I can't force her to go to work. I don't want to. But she's an adult, so she can make her own decisions. Let's go see if we can find that spot we were at. It was over here somewhere. Here we go. Check this out. So we have a nice walk here. We'll cut this out and have it lead us down. How about that? How does that sound? And let me preface all of this with, I am by no means perfect or even well exercised in all this. I'm trying just as hard as anybody else to be better. Be a better human, be a better person, be a better father, be a better husband, be a better friend. That probably right now is the thing that I want to be the better. The better, the best, or just get better. I want to overall just be better at being a friend. Because it's hard to be a friend. Especially when, like I said earlier, most of my friends are online. And I'm grateful that my daughter has friends in real life that she can count on, that can be there to help her change a tire. That is something that I am very grateful for. So most of my friends are online, or even not online, like the friends I had from high school. Still around, still exist. I just don't talk to them as much. I'm kind of just a shadow in the background or in the corner. And I would like to be more than that. But man, I'm telling you, life just moves so fast. And things happen so quick. Even before we realize things are happening, they're happening. So you kind of have no choice but to go with the flow, but to be like water. The whole topic of today's reflection, to be like water. Sometimes we don't have a choice but to be like water, just to go with the flow, just to get swept up. So I guess also another thing we can think about is not getting carried away in the current of life. Not being swept away as things tend to happen, but to be present, to be, oh, my wife put it perfectly, to be intentional with what we're doing, to have some intention behind our behavior, I think is the best way to put it. So rather than just existing day by day, but existing with intention day by day. And that's another whole nother exploration, is what does it mean to live with intention? Because I don't even know. I'm still thinking about what the implications of existing with intention are. What does that mean exactly? I can kind of grasp it because she said, what did she say? I can't remember exactly in what context she used it in, but in the context that I understood it was when I study the financial charts. What am I doing exactly? And most of the times I'm just looking for, where do I put one line? Where do I put this line? Where do I put that line? There's kind of almost no intention, but it's a little just, well, what do I see? But it's not like, okay, am I trying to understand this better? Am I trying to continue learning, or do I think I've learned everything I can learn? And now I'm just kind of parroting what I think I learn or what I think I understand rather than trying to get a better understanding. So I guess, is that intention? That might be intention from my limited understanding of what intention is. And my understanding is very, very limited, if I'm being honest with everybody. And I try to be honest. I try to be honest in my ignorance as well. That's another thing. As I've gotten older, I have become more confident in letting people know when I'm clueless, when I have no idea, when I have no answers. And I think it's important for parents to be this vulnerable, especially with their kids. My son asks me a lot of questions throughout the day, and I used to try to answer them for him because I wanted to have the answers for him. But that leads to just me making up theories, coming up with my own ideas, and then feeding those to him. So with a lot of humility, I started telling him, you know what? If he asks me a question and I don't know the answer to it, I would tell him, look, I don't know. But let's Google it and see what we find, because I'm just as curious now as you are. And surprisingly, it's become easier. When you let people know that you don't know, but you're willing to find out, I think is much more powerful than pretending you know and leading others down the path of ignorance with you in your quest to look like you know what you're talking about. For example, right now, I have no idea what I'm talking about. We're kind of just exploring together. Just like we're exploring this cave together, we're kind of exploring the idea of what it means to be like water. What does that mean exactly? And we're exploring the idea of intentionality, because I don't understand what that means yet. I don't understand yet, but I am working to understand. And I think that's a good place to be. That's a place where we should all be. If we don't understand something, we can work to be in a place of understanding, or to get to a place of understanding, rather than remain ignorant think that's actually a huge problem with the world today, is that people are just happy in their ignorance. And that is very, very dangerous for mankind to persist in ignorance. Alright, so we may have to build another... Whoa, we're gonna have to get this thing back home because I need to recharge it. I didn't even realize how broken it was. Plus we're gonna need more torches. So I think this is a good place to start wrapping it up. Not a lot of excitement today. Great, it's nighttime. I did an awful lot of talking. Let's see if we can charge it up just a little bit more. Alright. And we are going to have to run for our lives once we get up there. Alright, I think it's clear. Last time we had to run from some pillagers. This time I think we're just, why is there light right there? That's oh, okay, because there's a cave there. So yeah, we did a little bit of exploring, the idea of what it means to be water, a little bit exploring what intentionality is, and a little bit of exploring a cave that almost cost us our life. So, kind of a slow day today. Bravery, thanks for stopping by. Finn and Rory's Fun, thank you for stopping by as well. Didn't see Shadri in the comments today, but hopefully he's doing great. And to that one viewer in the back, thank you so much for always being there. Thank you so much for turning that 0 into a 1 and making me feel seen and keeping me company. And yeah, I guess we'll do this again tomorrow, and same time, same channel. You know the deal. But before I let you go, there is the most important thing I would like to say to you right there, you. And that is to always remember, neurons that fire together, wire together. I'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by. That llama hawking that loogie is disgusting.